Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, August 11th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I let love guide my actions. And as I was saying that energy mantra, the song Let Love Rule by Lenny Kravitz came in and started playing. The next few days are really interesting. And by the next few, I mean like the next 4-5 days are really interesting. There's a lot of connections going on between Mars, the Sun, Venus, and Chiron. And so, to me, we have the Chiron piece. So, healing of the self. We have Venus connecting in. Well, first Mars today. Today, Mars and Chiron are connecting. Then we're going to have the Sun and Chiron connecting. And then we're going to have Venus connecting to Chiron. So there's a lot of healing that's going to be available to multiple parts of ourselves. Mars energy is our yang force. Mars is our actional energy. Mars is our passions and desires and that drive to move towards our passions and desires. So that's today, Mars connecting to Chiron. And like I said yesterday, to me this is about taking a shift, making a shift in how we are of service, recognizing that as we are in service to ourselves, as we take care of ourselves, as we are good to ourselves, as we take benign, loving action in our lives, that can help us heal, but it also helps us be more available for the collective. I recognize that in me. So dealing with, autoimmune stuff, I really, really, really have to monitor myself and really show up for myself and put that first and foremost. And it is not always easy, and I am not always good at it. But I recognize the more I do that, the better I'm able to show up here, the more energy I have to open myself up to bring messages through. So this is today. Shifting the way we have thought of service in the world, thought of showing up in service to the world, letting ourselves heal, letting ourselves be ourselves, recognizing that who we are, in essence, in our wholeness, in our holiness, is also service to the world. So, beautiful connection between Mars and Chiron. Now it is an inconjunct, so it may feel a little uncomfortable, it may feel a little out of your wheelhouse, but this is the energy we want to connect to. We are going to have the Moon and Neptune in a square, so we may feel a little challenged. We may feel a little challenged by some of the projections that we've picked up along the way of how, all the shoulds, how we're supposed to, how they say we should be, how we think we should be. It's a lot of those, the memes in our head, in essence. I think that's what, can't think of his name, but the dude whose face I'm picturing, he said, he wrote, what is it, the honeymoon, he's a doctor, he's a neuroscientist who then went into the woo and took all of his knowledge of the brain with him. So the honeymoon, it's not the honeymoon project, but the honeymoon effect, that's the book. So he talks about these memes, these voices in our heads that we've had programmed there, basically. And so releasing those projections, releasing that programming is part of this energy, recognizing the illusion of this programming and recognizing that you have the power to shift that will be important in this. We then are going to have the moon finish up in Gemini. I don't know what the hands were doing, but it deserved a sound effect. And then moving into Cancer, 3:52 p.m., moon in Cancer, moving into the dark of the moon. So we're going to have a lot of emotions popping up through this weekend with the moon in Cancer and being in that dark moon phase. But as this is happening, like I said, we have all these interesting connections going on. We're going to have the Sun and Chiron connecting on Saturday. Beautiful opportunity for some inner child healing coming through there. Beautiful opportunity to bring play to your day, recognizing the power of that joyful silliness. It can heal so many things. The ability to laugh at ourselves. And I'm not saying being depreciative to ourselves, but just to be able to laugh, to not take everything so seriously. Very powerful healing energy. And then on Sunday, the Sun and Venus are going to be conjunct. And that is a really big energy. What popped into my head when I was looking at that was, there's a movie. I don't even think I ever saw this movie, but the movie was called Everyone Says I Love You. I think it was like in the 90s or early 2000s. And that's the energy. To be able to emit that love wherever you can will be super powerful in that. And then on Monday, we're going to have that Venus Chiron connection. So healing that yin energy. This is the second Venus Chiron connection. There will be a third one, so lots of opportunity for that healing. I'm playing with Wolf, if you're wondering what I'm doing. She stole this little rope today and is so obsessed with it, so I'm fishing for cats as I'm talking to you. So when you see my arm going, that is what I'm doing. So giving a little joy to Wolfie while I talk with you. So yeah, we then are going to also have the new moon incoming next week. And of course, I will be showing up for the scopes for this, but just so you know, these are some of these incoming energies working us. Besides these projections that we're moving through today, we have this opportunity to be in the flow, be in this love flow. The song coming through. If I could get the words, it would help. Love Train. It's Love Train from like the 70s. Come all the world, join hands, start a love train. There we go. So if we can get in the flow, we can start this beautiful love train. What's going to be the challenge in this is the mind. Again, those burdens. The burdens are the memes, those projections that we're holding on to, the politics, the shoulds. I'm supposed to be this way, I'm supposed to do this thing. Those are the things that get in the way of our unfiltered joy that powers the light of the world. If you find yourself in that place, find a cat you can play with a string with, because that is truly joyful, or whatever the mode of play is. But also the ordinariness card showed up. So look for where you can find the magic around you. Look for what is bringing you a smile. Whether it's a crazy little wolf cat, a silly squirrel. Gotta love reels on Instagram. You know, there's so many options of things that can bring that joy, that can help you smile and feel a little bit better. Get more into that flow. Or that Mars Chiron connection, do something kind and nice for yourself. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. Namaste.